3 of these off and let's look at them again. First, make sure they're solved correctly, and then make sure if that may be the problem, that one was not solved correctly. Go ahead and try it again, see which one. So there should be 2 stickies under each category, and you should discuss why you think it belongs there. Is 0 a number? 0 is not a number? It is a number. So that has a solution.
My answer makes sense.
I would look and see. Do you see how this looks very different than this answer?
Yeah, this has no solution.
Well, does it have no solution? Or does it have infinite solution? That's what you need to discuss. And then here, I know that only 2 of these can be correct. So you should check the work on these 3 and discover which one does not actually end the way you're looking. And I want to remind you, what would 5x minus 5x be?
So.
Correct, so you would just not put anything, don't put an x there. So if you have 5x and you're subtracting 5x, just drop it, don't even put a 0. So that may be what you need to look at when you're checking those. How are we doing here, girls? We finished, so tell me, how did you determine, I know how you determine one solution. How did you determine no solution?
Okay, so.
It's the same thing, okay? And then infinite, you have what?
Okay.
Minus.
So these 4 one solution. I did the simple
No
part.
solution makes sense because 3
No solution means nobody will work.
or very
Wow.
So for this one, I'm still kind of confused.
Discuss that. Right underneath. Discuss that. So how are we doing here?
Wait, what is this infinite?
So that's
Yeah, this is it. It looks to me.
I totally did mine. This has 16 out of 6.
when you say we have 14
You have one replace now.
if we do 10 times 5,
Get another sticky and redo that. That's definitely going to redo, okay? How are we doing, guys? You can take another sticky if you need. You think that was infinite? Do you see an answer
she
for
said
n?
it's there's supposed to be 2 of these.
How many answers do you see?
No, because we're not allowed to get it.
So if you were to replace the number 2 in there, would it work? Okay, because you solved for that, right? If you put the number 5 in there, would it work? Give it a try and see if you put the 5 in there if it would work. Because infinite means every number I put in there is going to be okay. And you're solving and telling me 2 works. So now I want you to see if 5 would work, because everybody has to work for infinite solutions. What do you have? You have 4. Did we check over and make sure? Let's see. I want to tell you that
Yeah.
Yes.
you didn't copy this equation exactly correctly. You see how there's a 5 in the parentheses? So I want you to redo that one. That's it. Alrighty, so go ahead and try that one again. Very good. Okay, let me have a discussion and see. Okay, why do you think those belong under one solution?
Yeah, I got it.
They have an answer. What have we been solving all the last week? Equations that have a solution. So here, why did
This one is right.
So, that is
Okay. Here's the solution. One of them
But we already have 2.
So if I was to put the number 2 in here,
Let's restart.
and if I put the number 5 in
This is so
there, would you guys
confusing.
read it?
25.
This is the solution. Okay.
At first.
5. Let's put the positives because I feel good about it.
Number trick?
Why is there a C there?
Yes, when we were solving the steps of the algebra for that number trick, yes.
Anything for F. And then I'm Joelle Wall, she is leaving.
Okay. Anything works, good. How about no solution? Here's this one. Excellent job. So, I'll see you, Joelle. So here, when we have the infinite solution, things cancel out. But everybody cancels together, right? So the number cancels and the variable cancels. When we have no solution, what kind of answers did we get from the solution?
This is the 14. I'll just do it.
What do you think? What do we have here?
Just the number without what it represents.
Okay. Does the answer make any sense on no solution? Makes no sense, so there can't be an answer. Very good, excellent job. I'd like you guys to work on making an equation for each. Make one up. Make one up, work together. I'm gonna do this. All right, so how are we doing here?
Good, we're seeing if is correct.
Okay.
That one definitely.
Well, let's talk about that. You say that this has no solution.
Why?
Yet
Why?
I have X
It should be a why.
No, because if X there is no.
The activity that you saw my students working on was one that ended our chapter on solving equations. The entire chapter, they looked at equations that had one answer. X was equal to 2 or X was equal to -5 when they completed it. But that's not the way equations always work out. So the students needed to work together and be collaborative and try to discover other options that happen when an equation is solved. So sometimes an equation solves and there is no solution. No number can work. And sometimes you have infinite solutions, meaning every number you would plug into the two equations would be acceptable. So the children needed to discover on their own and work through the equations to find what the no solution and the infinite solution equations solved to. And they had to then discuss with one another where they felt the categories, where the answers landed in which category. There were 2 answers in each, so they had to be adaptable to looking at each other's work and making sure that they understood how it was solved, and they also needed to be able to critical think through someone else's work to see if it was solved correctly or not. And then they needed to work together and decide really where each equation landed and come up with the rule on their own. What made a solution, no solution, and what made infinite solutions.